Oregon held its typical walkthrough here in the Mashofsky Center Thursday morning. The Ducks working primarily on their game plan against Utah, who they'll face Saturday in Autzen Stadium. After practice, head coach Mark Helfrich spoke to the media and talked primarily about how the Ducks have bounced back in practice this week and moving forward against Utah.
The effort's been good. The effort's been, really good. I think our guys are great workers, and I think the players are always a lot more resilient, I think, to a lot of this stuff than we realize or everybody else realizes. And the only thing we can do to fix something is work and go about it the right way, and they've done that. Are there still inputs that didn't exist 2, 3, 5, 20 years ago in terms of the internet and all the brilliance from Twitter input for those guys? Yeah, and they just have to learn to deal with that and stay away from it. And in most cases, it's probably the best thing to do. But our effort has been really good.
We've made some changes on the offensive line. Has that been a big transition? How they've, I guess, with Cameron coming in?
Yeah, I don't think we've made these drastic transformation. I think that we're trying to shuffle the best 5 guys in there, and they've been in and out in different amounts all year. And Cameron started the last game just because he was practicing the best. But that'll be an ongoing deal, and there's nobody that's completely staked a claim, so to speak, at either one of those spots.
I'm curious about this. Has Marcus used the brace all?
The designated question right there.
Does he use the brace all week long in practice and really wear it on Saturday?
I don't know to either one of those questions, and I'm not being evasive. I think some guys, I don't know.
Beyond that, then, did that hamper his ability to run? I mean, his speed. Did you notice a difference? Does a brace do that with the player?
Some guys. It's funny. Braces now. The technology is such that they're so much lighter than they used to be, and some guys don't notice them. Some guys, if they wear a sweatband, they feel like they're adding 20 pounds. So it's just, it's kind of one of those things that you have to just get over and get through, and he's done that really well.
A lot of quarterbacks wear braces.
Yeah,
did you wear a brace when you played?
Well, I must have worn concrete boots or something. I don't know, but the braces have definitely changed a lot since then, and a lot of places, offensive linemen have to wear braces every day. A lot of places, quarterbacks wear them on their front leg. There's different kind of both science and psychology to that is mixed.
What are the challenges of facing a quarterback that's tall?
That's tall?
Yeah.
Well, if he's just tall, we can deal with that. But if they can throw and run, then that adds some different dimensions. And he's a guy that has been very productive at both at times. They've struggled a little bit lately, and that's for various reasons. I think they've played some really good fronts and been in different situations and games where they've managed things differently. But that guy can run, and he's run against everybody. And so anytime you add that element to a guy that is capable as a passer, that's tough. That's another dimension.
Does he remind you of Osweiler just because of his height and able to do both things?
It seems like he runs better than him, and maybe that's just I don't remember his Osweiler as that productive a runner, and maybe that's just my imagination or my poor memory. But he runs more I think than Osweiler did, and obviously Coach Erickson had both, so he might shed some different or better light on that.
He's been inconsistent this year, obviously, but when he's at his best, is it the running ability that makes him most dangerous, or what is it?
Well, it's both those things. Whenever you have a guy that can do both, it's tougher to defend. If I'm a linebacker in my zone drop and I hesitate because I think a guy can run, now I just opened up something behind me, or vice versa. If I'm more concerned about the vertical threat of the passing game, and he pulls it down and runs, then there's a 10-yard gain and he slides and you're frustrated. And so that's where you have to do your job within the scheme and tackle him.
Most of the teams that have played Stanford this year really struggle in their next game. How important was it to have those extra 2 days off to kind of recover from just the physical nature of that game?
Yeah, I don't think it's the physical nature so much as the mental and psychological. I think our guys got punched in the gut and we responded by working hard, and that's step one, and then step something else other than one is going out and getting a win and getting that taste out of your mouth.
Mark, what about their defensive line, Utah's defensive line? What can you tell us about them?
They're really good. They remind me kind of the really, really good Arizona line a couple years ago with both those ends of the guys that are still playing in the NFL. They're really productive, fast, physical guys, by 250, 260-ish, but great burst. And then inside, they've rotated a bunch of big, thick, powerful guys. I mean, Arizona State's center, they just picked up and threw him about 5 yards back one time on a tackle for loss, and that's where we've got to play with great pad level. We've got to change up our scheme in terms of who we're reading and how we're going about that stuff, and just playing fundamentally sound football.
Mark, has Byron Marshall's play allowed you to kind of elevate him to the starter in that role and use D'Anthony more as a receiver or a special positions guy?
Well, Byron, anytime you have multiple tailbacks, obviously that's a good thing for your run game and a good thing for trying to be more versatile with some of those other guys. And Byron's a guy down the road that I think will fit in that role as well, because he's one of our best receivers. In fall camp, he did a great job when we cross-trained those guys of route running, of catching the ball. But yeah, the more skilled guys, the better.
Now, during today's media session, we talked to some of the players about any lingering effects of that loss to Stanford, and to a man, most have said they have moved on, and their focus is on Utah, who the Ducks will face Saturday in Autzen Stadium. In the Mashofsky Center, I'm Warren Williamson for Oregon Duck Football News.